Welcome to the Do It Anyway podcast with Maria Redmond. This is episode 6, and I am your host, Maria Redmond, here to take you through everything fitness, wellness, nutrition, mental health, and everything in between. Today, I want to thank you for joining me on this episode. It's going to be a totally different episode. The last few episodes have been a little bit information heavy. And so this episode, I just wanted to take a moment and share some of the lovely things that I love to eat and sauces that I use. This by no means is a full extensive, gambit of what I use, but just some of the things that you can use to make, your foods more flavorful and, some things that I use to substitute for baking, things of that nature. So welcome to this episode. First, before I get into the food, let me talk a little bit about the wellness aspect of some of these items. Most of these items are going to be either low calorie or sugar free. And if you are a person that is into like deep wellness, these are not going to be your products. And what do I mean by that? Like these things that I'm going to show you are lots of chemicals. Like these foods are just, it's, if you're trying to not, if you're worried about any type of chemicals, this is not your episode. But if you I don't, something's got to kill me. It's my motto. So that's what I say. But if you're a person who is looking for different ways to flavor your food and get into really good shape and knowing that you can have sauces and dressings, etc., then this episode will be for you. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there because I know that there will be somebody in the comments saying, "Oh my God, those are a bunch of chemicals and you're going to die." And well, I have not died, and to be quite honest, my health is in really, really good shape. So maybe for me it's working. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. With that being said too, like if you are a person that is, when I'm in like a deep prep for a bodybuilding show, 90% of these things that are here don't exist. Honestly, like my gum will be a staple. But the rest of the items, maybe the sugar-free syrup that I'll get into, maybe that will exist. But other than that, these things are off the table because I'm trying to get super shredded for a show and I stick to really whole foods. But when I'm in the mode that I'm kind of in right now, which is my box that I call my, 85-15, more like 90-10. My 90-10 boxes, I'm on plan with my nutrition 90% of the time, and then I eat off plan 10% of the time, and I use copious amounts of these things. And when I say copious, I mean copious. I'm not measuring, which that can actually be very dangerous. And I'm going to talk about that as I introduce these foods. So without any further ado, let's kind of get into it. Here are some of the things that are my favorites and that I love to eat. And I'm going to start with one that's kind of very near and dear to me. It's the G Hughes barbecue sauce line. He's since expanded from barbecue sauce into a plethora of different sauces. Like this one actually is not even barbecue. This is barbecues. It's the sweet and spicy. He's got a hickory flavor, maple flavor. There's flavors. There's tons of flavors. What I love about this, sugar-free again, and it's the calorie profile. So on the label, you can get 2 tablespoons of this. That's going to be 10 calories and 2 carbs. I mean, you're not going to find barbecue sauce with this type of nutrition label. What I love is that the flavor is rich. It's good. This sweet and spicy is amazing on a lot of different things. Like I'm addicted, as you can see. I wanted to bring you guys like my bottles from home that are not new, that so I can show you that I really use these. Like this bottle is almost empty. So I really love that one, the sweet and spicy by G Hughes. Another one of his products that I absolutely love is his sugar-free dipping sauce. It's Polynesian flavor. This is as close as you're going to get, from what I understand, to I think people say Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I haven't had it. So, but I love it. I make a lot of my stir fry, shrimp stir fry, beef stir fry with this one. I really do love this as well. And this one is also 2 tablespoons, 10 calories, 2 carbs. So I really like this product quite a bit. Um, his line, he also carries a full line of salad dressings. They're a bit more caloric and fat laden for my taste, but they all do taste really, really good. And then he's got teriyaki sauce, Jamaican jerk sauce. I mean, it's extensive, people. It's extensive. So hit up your Walmart. They sell them at Publix, HEB as well. But Walmart, I have found, has the entire complete line of his products, and there's just so much to choose from, so you can't go wrong. He does have a couple of other sauces though that are a bit higher calorie, like normal everyday sauces, like a dipping sauce, I believe it's his yum yum sauce. That's got like 110 calories. So that's not part of the what I like to call my sneaky treat line. So be careful, turn the label around, make sure you read it, but check G Hughes out. Again, you can find it at Walmart, Publix, HEB, um, maybe your Harris Teeter if you're, depending on where you live. So that's that on those. My ultimate next favorite thing, speaking of Walmart, that I get, I'm into mustards. I love mustard. To me, well, I don't like yellow mustard. I love flavored mustard. That yellow mustard could take a walk. I hate that, but flavored mustards are like my jam. And again, Walmart with another great pick. Great value brand. Their Southwestern, it's their Spice Southwestern hot mustard. It's just enough kick, not too much. I put this on everything too. Like if I'm not using that, then I'm using this. It's just it's amazing. Now I want to tell you a little bit about mustard. People, when you're using mustard, I see them use like a lot of it. The serving size for mustard actually is not as extensive as it is like with the G Hughes. With the G Hughes, you're getting 2 tablespoons and 10 calories. On mustard, you have to be very careful. It's 10 calories per teaspoon. So if you're like me, I'm a person who likes to layer. So what that means is typically the mustard is on both sides of the bread generously. So I'm probably at about, I don't know, 40 calories per slice on just mustard. And then as I'm biting whatever I'm eating, then I have to layer. That's just me though. This is how I do it. Don't do this if you're really watching your numbers because you're going to eat at least 150 calories. I kid you not in mustard. So don't follow my method, if you don't have room, but I do. I layer. Um, this really does give a lot of flavor. Sometimes I will take my vegetables after they're, cooked in a pan and kind of just drizzle this on top just to give it a different, flair and a different kick from the usual just salt and pepper. So I do use this Southwestern hot mustard quite a bit. There's other ones that they have. They have a honey mustard, and that's also 10 calories, and it's sugar free as well. So, if you're, again, chemical, it's going to be a chemical, but that one's pretty good. But this one's really, excuse me, this one's really my go-to. That's my favorite. So, another sauce that I use, well, it's actually salad dressing, Skinny Girl. So, I'm not a big Skinny Girl fan on a lot of her stuff. Like she's got popcorn and wine and even like sugar-free jelly. To me, those can take a walk. Ugh. But you might want to try them. You might like them. For me, it just doesn't, it's not a, mm-mm. Excuse me. That being said, her salad dressings, though, they're a hit for me. Like this poppy seed one is my all-time favorite. They have a honey mustard one that I also love, but this is typically my go-to. Um, 2 tablespoons, 10 calories, 3 carbs, 1 fiber. I use this quite a bit on sometimes shrimp, not just salads. I really don't eat very many salads, to be quite honest. I'm not a salad person. I like a salad if I'm out, but I'm not going to make one at home. It's just not my thing. But I do use this in other options. It's very rich. It's got a lot of poppy seeds in here. I was really impressed with the texture of it, the flavor of it, and it doesn't give that weird aftertaste. And I think that's one thing I should say about all of these products because they're sugar free. Sometimes you can get like a very odd taste, aftertaste after you eat them. I have found for me and my taste buds that none of these seem to give me that. And so I am super, super duper in love with that. So the Skinny Girl line is something you might want to look for. She has balsamic vinaigrette, honey Dijon, um, a strawberry vinaigrette out now, and poppy seeds. So probably a few more as well. But check them out. Walmart seems to be my place for these sauces, people. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not a big Walmart shopper for like my meats and produce and things like that. However, Walmart is an amazing place to go to find like a whole bunch of health items you never would have thought that was there. And it's because their platform, how they get, different products in, they're one of the most open platform for new food inventors, for lack of better words. So you can always find like some nifty new product there if you just take your time and scan the aisles. And I have found that when it comes to all of the sauces and mixes and things of that nature, they have the most extensive variety that I've ever seen. And so that's why I like to go to Walmart. And the prices are always great because when you finally do see that product in a Publix, HEB, etc., it's at least $2 to $3 more. Like this is like $3.40 at Walmart, and then I can buy it sometimes at Publix, and it's like almost $5. So big difference if you're trying to save money. Don't be don't act like you're too bougie to go to Wally-World. Go to Walmart, go get your seasoning and your sauces because I'm telling you, you're going to save some money. And you guys are always complaining about inflation everywhere anyway, and then still, not wanting to go to the stores that will save you money because of how you might look when you walk through the door. You're missing out. Put that aside, go to Walmart. So let's see, what should I showcase next? Bread. This is my JA to the M. Um, I do eat regular bread as well, but when I'm wanting to ebb and flow between different carbohydrate sources and I would like to be able to enjoy more rice or pasta or whatever it is, I will take regular bread out and then go to this bread. Um, I find this keto friendly bread at Aldi, of all places. It's their brand. I'm a bargain shopper. I love me and Aldi. Aldi is actually a German store, and so when I lived in Germany, they're huge there. It's amazing. It's almost like a Whole Foods type deal when you're in Germany as opposed to here, but they always have the best deals on things and crazy amazing products. And so this bread happens to be one of the staples that I love. It's a year-round product, so it's not like an Aldi find. If you're an Aldi shopper, you know what I mean. It's not something that comes and goes. It's always there. It costs about $3.50. And what I love on it are the nutrition facts. So one slice of bread is 35 calories, 1 gram of fat, and 10 grams of carbs. But there's also 10 grams of fiber, making this lovely bread zero, one carb basically, because nothing is ever really zero carbs. So um, it toasts well. It's what I use my drug of choice on for sandwiches. um, Sometimes it's almond butter and sugar-free jelly, but for the most part, it's typically I'm either having, a slice toasted in the morning, or I'll have a sandwich in the afternoon. Or actually, I use this a lot to make avocado toast on because it's a very stable, thick bread. So really cool there. I will warn you, this is a high fiber content bread. So in the beginning, when you first start eating this, you might find yourself feeling a little gassy. It's the bread. It's gonna be the bread. I'm gonna tell you now. But your system gets really used to it after a moment, and it tastes just like the real thing. This is legitimately like one of my go-to every day. I eat at least 4 to 5 slices of this a day. So you can get it at Aldi, keto-friendly bread. They also have hamburger rolls from time to time. I think they're out I think right now just rolls are out right now. And those are 40 calorie. They're super duper soft. And those typically come out around Thanksgiving time as well. Those are the bomb. They taste really good. They taste like those baked dinner rolls that you'd get and put in the oven and you put butter on top. I love them. Amazing. So they have those, and then from time to time, summertime. So maybe they'll be out shortly. Hot dog buns. So they do hamburger and hot dog buns, and so if you're trying to be part of the barbecue this summer and you don't want to miss out, it's great. You'll be able to bring your, your hamburger meat and your nifty burger buns, or just put them on the slice of bread. Sometimes I don't have burger buns. I put them on this, and you can still be part of the barbecue and not feel like you've missed out on anything. So I think that that's really cool. So Aldi keto bread, one of my other great, amazing picks. All right, what am I going to go to next? Let's go to, everyone should probably be familiar with this product by now, PB2, powdered peanut butter. I used to use a ton of this stuff back in the day when I first started, in fitness, and loved it because it was a way to, kind of get my peanut butter fix in without peanut butter calories. I will admit that I don't use it as much as I used to. I'll maybe put it in a recipe, but I think I've just kind of gotten out of the taste of it. But it's a really good product if you're just trying to segue from peanut butter into something that's less caloric. 2 tablespoons of this is 70 calories, 2 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs with 2 grams of fiber. So it's a pretty well-rounded product. You can mix it with water. Honestly, I used to mix mine all the time with almond milk. I found that it just gave much more creamier consistency. And to be quite honest, I used to sometimes pour a dap of sugar-free syrup in there just to give it a slightly different flavor. But this is a great product if you want to, make cookies, cakes, muffins, and have a slightly different flavor. I used to make protein bars with this, so it's a really versatile powder. Oh, you can make like Thai dishes with it too. I used to make like peanut Thai dishes with this as well. So you can make a peanut sauce. It's good to have. This tub roughly about $10. Again, Wally-World, but you can get it off of Amazon, of course. And just thought I'd share that out there for people who are looking for something less caloric with a little bit of versatility. So PB Fit is a great product. All right, let's see. Let's go to when I'm baking. If you're a person that's trying to get away from flours, coconut, almond, regular flour, and you're looking for a binder, I haven't used flours in a very, very long time. I use unsweetened applesauce. You'll be surprised how much more moist whatever you're baking is going to come out. So using unsweetened applesauce has kind of been like my secret sauce, so to speak. And I've been using that. But also, you can just have this with for a snack in a dish with some berries if you want. I do that with my clients quite often, and a half a cup is 50 calories and 14 carbohydrates with 2 grams of fiber. So you can get a pretty good amount of this, not too caloric. Don't worry about the carbohydrates. It's unsweetened, it's natural fruit. And it's something that you can get if you're feeling like you want something sweet as well, like you want something quick to grab, something sweet, unsweetened applesauce is going to be your way to go. I do think that maybe when purchasing this, get one that's organic, non-GMO over one that's not, because we're talking about, the quality of the apple 100%. So go for those instead. But definitely one of my jams. This is the Simply Nature brand, and I get this at Aldi as well. I use a lot of it in my baking, so I go through quite a bit of unsweetened applesauce, to be quite honest. It's a great addition also if you want to put like it as part of your pre-workout meal for that carbohydrate source. This would be good as well. So that's one of my go-tos, but usually just for baking for me. All right, let's start talking about my crack items because let me tell you something. I'm like everybody else. I think sometimes you can look at some fitness people sometimes and think that, oh, they must not eat certain things, and yeah, it's not true. It's we all find little things to eat and have, and I definitely do because I'm telling you right now, The fat girl is still inside of me. She's in there. She permanently resides with me, and every now and again she'll be like, sister, what are we doing? Like, are we eating today? Because I feel like we need something extra, and I have to find ways to keep her at bay. So I have some little crack items that I have to stick with to keep her quiet and happy. And so as you can see, the chip clip. The chip clip is on the bag, people. This is that means she did eaten. Um, these are my sweet potato chips. I don't do well with eating whole sweet potatoes. They create inflammation for me after day 3. I don't know why. Just a food that doesn't agree with me as much as others. So I don't put it in my nutrition plan as much in form of the actual sweet potato. However, once we start to break this thing down a little bit and make chips, hey, they work for me all of a sudden. I'm fine. So, my pre workout meal, I'm going to tell you guys my little secret, is so amazing because I have 6.5 ounces of lean ground beef and about 2 ounces of these lovely sweet potato chips that I get from Aldi because they're less expensive than the regular store. And they have very few ingredients. First ingredient is sweet potato. There's some canola oil and sunflower oil and sea salt. That's it. That's why I like this product. So if we're talking about a whole food perspective, this is pretty whole food as you can get inside of a bag. So I love it. Um, I get about 2 good handful size of it for those 2 ounces. And so 1 ounce is about maybe 15 to 20 chips. It's 150 calories, 9 grams of fat, 16 grams of carbs with 2 fibers, 2 grams of fiber. And so I'm doing about 300 calories and, about almost 40 grams of carbs when I have this for my pre-workout meal. But sometimes they don't make it to only pre-workout. Sometimes they make it to my desk when I'm working, and I like to dip my hand in them just like normal people and eat them. So this is one of my really lovely go-to snacks, and I encourage you to try these because they have just enough sea salt on them to keep you coming back for more. I need to hit them up for like some sponsorship, right? Because I think I eat enough of these. Simply Nature, I'm sending you an email. I'm coming for you. That between that and your applesauce. So that's one of my go-to crack items that I utilize. And honestly, I get it to work within my macros and numbers because I'm placing this for the most part in an area where I can utilize it in that pre-workout, window. Sometimes I will have them post-workout, not pre and post, one or the other. So I do place the items that I call my crack items in very specific areas of my nutrition plan so that I know that I'm utilizing them and not just spiking insulin and then going to fat storage. So that's kind of how I get away with eating the chips every single day. Sometimes twice, if I'm being honest. There's a twofer. My next crack item, man. So these are Alyssa's Healthy Vegan Bites. And you can only, from what I know, I've only seen them at Publix. I've never seen them anywhere else. My brother and I used to eat these by the boatloads. We're addicted to them. I love these. First of all, they're chewy. It's literally. I'll take one out. It's open now. Fresh pack. These are chewy, tasty. They smell amazing. They're sweet. It's just a whole food vegan bite. So it's made with oatmeal, dates. There's something else in here. I need my readers on. I can't see people. Starting to lose my eyesight. Anyway, no extra really true added ingredients. Pretty healthy. I like it because it's got a lot of omegas in it. It also has flax in it. So it's got a lot of omegas in it. There's no dairy in it. The oil that they're using is coconut oil, and the fiber comes from chicory root. But what I really love about it is you get to eat 2 cookies for 90 calories, which is not crazy. And it's running you about 8 grams of fat and 14 carbs for two. But there's 10 grams of fiber. So after you've eaten two, that runs you down to about 4 grams of carbs, net carbs. So that's why I love these. I love to take these on long bike rides and when I go running. Like this is my go-to source for my long runs. Some people like to do gels and goos, stuff like that. My stomach doesn't do well with that. I'm a runner that does well with a whole food product. So I just put these in a Ziploc bag and put them in one of my run pockets or, my run bag if I run with them on that day. And that's what I have. And I feel like when I have these, I feel like these are really good. You got to try them. It's a treat. It's a real treat. It's a real treat. You don't feel like you've had anything healthy. These are absolutely amazing. So Alyssa's Healthy Vegan Bites, try them out. She's got two different flavors as well, a chocolate and then another oatmeal type with something else mixed in it. And I just absolutely love these. Disclaimer: these are so good. You have to do not buy these if you don't have self-control, because I have eaten a whole tin of these in a sitting without even thinking about it. I just forgot. I forgot what I was doing. They were so good. I kept eating. And so if you are a person that's at your desk and you want a little snack and to eat and you're an idle eater, one of those people that just keep eating idle without thinking, this is not going to be the time you have that snack. Maybe something you keep in your car and say, I'm going to eat 2 of them on the way to the gym or something like that. But be careful with these because they are that amazingly good. So if you have a Publix in your area, try them. If not, look them up. Alyssa's, I'm sure that they're sold in other places other than Publix. I'm 100% certain of that. So that's that. Now I want to kind of go over to, before I get to beverages, let me go over to pancake syrup. I'm a weird one. So my children would always laugh at the concoctions that I come up with. And I always say, do not knock it till you try it. So even though I use all these other sauces that I showed you, this is like my like topping on ice cream, like fudge topping. This would be like my topping. Everything gets some sugar-free syrup, everything. So I don't care if it's a sweet, if it's a food, whatever it is, everything gets it on top. I'm not certain why I love to just have that little finish of sweet on top of everything, but I am into sugar-free syrup like nobody's business. The brand I particularly love is Carrie Sugar Free. You get 2 tablespoons for 5 calories, 3 carbs. 2 of those carbs are sugar alcohol, so typically really 1 carb, but I find this one to taste the best on if you're actually having what it's made for, pancakes and waffles. It is phenomenal on those as well. But I just love the way that it brings up the flavor of my foods and the different spices that I use. So this is something that I probably buy, I don't know, 8 to 10 of these a month. So that's how much of it I use. So quite a bit. But if you're a pancake person, waffle person, this is actually going to be something you want to add to your repertoire to save you on calories from regular syrup. You will love it. All right, so let's get into my beverages. Um, these 3 products here. I'm a tea person. I love tea. I love the Tazo brand. It's just, they've got a bunch of different flavors. Passion tea is one of my favorites. You can make it hot, you can make it cold. It's really kind of a fruity, flavorful taste. So I typically will make a pitcher of the cold so I can have it. So this way I don't feel like I'm just drinking plain water all the time. So I always have a pitcher of tea in the fridge. And then typically around late day, I'll make, about a 16-ounce cup of tea. I know that's a large cup of tea, but I like tea. So I'll typically have one of these, but I'll mix it also in the night. I'll mix this with a green tea packet, and I'll have. So I love Tazo. very inexpensive at Walmart. I get these. And so if you're a tea person, try out this line. You'll really love it. And then this big boy here. Oh my God. This is Da Vinci's sugar-free caramel syrup. I put this in anything that I'm baking, all my teas, all my coffees. If you haven't done this in your coffee yet and you're doing like sugar-free syrup from Starbucks, you need to just go ahead and order this off of Amazon. If if you know me, you know. I will roll up with my book bag. I will have barbecue sauce in there, my own sweetener, this Da Vinci, and yes, my magic mustard. Everywhere I go, people laugh. I don't care if it's a bougie restaurant. I will pull out my sauces because I'm that girl. I will save myself some calories so that I can enjoy my meal. But this is a great product. It says 0 calorie. Let me educate you really quick on 0 calorie. 0 calorie is not a real thing. Anything that says 0 calorie has 4.5 calories or less. And so the FDA allows them to say it's 0 calorie. So you still need to watch how much you're utilizing, because let me tell you something, this can add up. You do get 2 tablespoons for the 0 calorie, but I can assure you that you're probably consuming about 8 calories total when you have it. But great flavors. There's a bunch in this line that are sugar-free, all the way from pumpkin to strawberry, blueberry, you name it. So give Da Vinci sugar-free syrups a try. And then everybody knows what this is. Well, this is not Crystal Light. This is Aldi Light, because I'm saving money, okay? That's why I save my money. I save my coins. Just the standard, Crystal Light type packets that I use. I do want to say something, though. We all use like the whole packet. A fifth of the packet is 5 calories and 2 carbs. So there's a lot going in. If you're a person that constantly uses a full packet every day or multiple times a day, like me, because I drink 2.5 to 3 gallons of water, we're taking in a lot of extra calories in just these packets. So I want to make you aware of that. Great way to flavor your water. If you're not a big water drinker and you're looking for ways to add flavor, either go with the Tazo tea or go with something like this. There's also Mio, which is the squirtable bottles, and there's plenty different brands other than Mio as well that you can utilize. So check this out. And then my last but not least guilty pleasure is gum. I chew so much gum that people ask me if I used to be a smoker. I swear I didn't smoke, but I love gum. I have an oral fixation, I think after just losing all that weight, just always constantly wanting something in my mouth. But I do eat about 100 calories of gum a day. And yes, gum has calories. You can get 1 stick for 5 calories, and I chew gum in sticks of 2. That's just me. I like my gum a little bit thick with some, meat on it so I can chew it. But yeah, I can't do anything without gum. Like, I even dislike doing this podcast without chewing gum. So if I show up at the gym and there's no gum in my bag, I have to leave and go purchase gum. That's how much I love gum. So that's my last guilty pleasure. And I just wanted to kind of, like I said earlier, just share some of the foods that I eat with everybody and give you a little insight into what I add to my food to make it taste good and make it fun for me. And I hope that, you try some of these products and you get to like them. And, if you do, let me know how you like them. So that is episode 6 for you. I want to thank you again for joining me on this episode. And if you want to check out my other episodes, be sure to check me out on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, where you can find all the other episodes, including this one. And with that, I want to thank you all for joining me on the Do It Anyway podcast. Peace.